Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 3 of What If Naruto took the path of pain after leaving the village. Remember to give this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode over Anime King 2. Brand new series to be exact of What If Naruto. Learn all of the Uzumaki skills and techniques. So go ahead and enjoy that. And remember for new, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3. Which I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. And also go ahead and check out What If Naruto was the Forces of Nature over Anime King 3. And enjoy that guys, and yes. Links will be down in the description for the other channels, so go ahead and also turn on the bell notification to see exactly when I post. So without further ado, what is to be leap right into this new episode. Start the intro. So the last time we left off, without fully synchronizing with the fox, Naruto could not keep up the force field around the place. So he had to leave. He got rid of all the evidence that he was ever there, so no one could trail this back to him at all or tell what was going on here. However, once the barrier dropped, it released a pulse. The ninjas in nearby vicinity flooded the area. As Shibuke, the leader of this squadron, came there, along with a team. It seems like some other forces were out here, scouting out the Waterfall village, and they had to find out who exactly it was. So with that going on, Itachi and Kisame were stopped by Madara. Kisame was not aware of Madara a part of this, as the listing of the operation, after all, he called Itachi Sama. It just goes to show that Itachi even had more power than Kisame in this organization. However, when Madara moved his mask, they saw his face. He looked the same way as when he was, well, fighting Hashirama. As the man beared his wheel down on Itachi, allowing Itachi's eyes to bleed, his Sharingan seemed to be able to somehow manipulate Itachi's eyes. Something was seriously wrong there as Itachi dropped to the ground. He warned Itachi not to mess up again because he wouldn't like it one bit, as Itachi was in pain as Kisame has never seen someone deal with Itachi like that. So yes, he was rather shocked, startled even. But this was an eye-opener as he wondered what the hell was going on, as Itachi would not elaborate much on the situation. However, that was indeed Madara, he said. But that begs the question though. If that was Madara, why was he using the Akatsuki to gain the tail pieces? Isn't that man supposed to be one of the legendary ninjas that should be able to take on nations by himself? So that didn't really make sense. And with how he made Itachi bow, why was he using them to gather tail beasts? Something was wrong here, but Kisame was not willing to question that, seeing what Madara just did to Itachi. So with that, they made their way towards the land of Wave and kidnapped the people there. When Naruto arrived to the village, he noticed the place was vacant. As he followed the trail, they led him right back towards the temple, the Uzumaki temple, where the statue of Mito Uzumaki was. As Naruto decided to make a move, he revived Haku and Zabuza. As the both of them were shocked, upon their revival he told them his dream and what he was planning to do with its entire world. While that was going on, Sasuke reported everything that he found to Tsunade. It was then that Tsunade told him the link between her and Naruto, as he saw the broken look on her face. As Sasuke felt really bad, terrible indeed, about trying to desert the village. And now Naruto was the one that was either taken or ran away, as he had no idea why would he do that. As much as everything went, he still considered Naruto as a friend, one of his best friends actually. And now everything was just so screwed up, and not to mention even the Hokage was feeling the loss of Naruto greatly, as it was hard on Tsunade, as she didn't know where he was. Anko knew that Naruto ran away, but she didn't say anything to anyone as she remained silent and kept her mouth. Back at the temple as Naruto arrived, he blew the doors off the hinges as he stepped in. Kisame tried to fight him, however. Zabuza and Haku appeared. No, that was confusing. Zabuza was supposed to be dead. This made no sense. It was then that they saw his eyes. Shocked by the revelation that he possessed a Rinnegan, Naruto started to bring the whole place down as he was planning to set them up in the planetary devastation. But the both of them fled for their life and Naruto did not want to destroy the village, so he decided to relent the technique and release it. As he made his way toward the temple, in order to gain the seal that he was looking for, he had to go into the depths of the water. Haku was afraid, thinking that he would die by such actions. But Zabuza had confidence that Naruto could do this. So far, the kid was doing things that define impossible. And Zabuza really believed that he can come out on top. As Haku placed her trust in Naruto, hoping that he came back safe, as she seemed to have grown a little crush on the blonde. In another time, they had said before she died, they could have been friends. And now she was once again alive. And things seem to be a whole lot different now. So yeah guys, it's basically as we left off. You guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs over on Anime King 3 and Anime King 2. Yes, I indeed have 3 channels that I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and check out those, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So without further ado, what do you say we leap right into this new episode, guys? Naruto landed in the freezing cold water as he tried to bring himself up to the surface. As his body was being pulled by the maelstrom, however, he channeled chakra to his feet. As he started to make his way, every step felt like he was going to be yanked. However, he made his way to the center. Upon making progress and stepping in there, Naruto's body felt like it was being crushed. Haku and Zabuza saw the orange blur in the center as Naruto slammed his hand together, releasing his chakra. That guy never ceased to amaze me, Zabuza says. He looked down, seeing the kid in the center of the maelstrom. As Haku looked down towards Naruto, she felt her heart throb. He's incredible, she said. Naruto almost lost himself though as he kept his chakra to focus harder. More poured out of his body as he channeled his chakra into the whirling tide. The water started to merge with his chakra as it started to spin. In a brilliant light, power started to be literally exude from it. As Naruto's body was then yanked straight down as he felt his whole being. Something was different. It felt like his whole body was being overcome by a strange, tingling feeling. The whirlpool slowly started to spiral down as it came to an abrupt stop. As Naruto proceeded to climb out of the water as he stood on top of it. As he looked at his body, markings were all over his body now. Strange markings just appeared on him as they were glowing ominously. As Naruto bent his knees before he leaped. As he landed in front of Haku and Zabuza. Haku tilted her head. Is it over? As Naruto looked at his seals. What do you think, he said. Explain to me how that got you a clan seal, she asked. By mastering nature, I created my own seal. This is some kind of test that the most powerful Uzumaki members all did. I didn't realize that we must each create our own seals until I did it for myself. The experience was a lot. Haku and Zabuza looked over the edge. The whirlpool was indeed gone. The massive tide that could have ripped boats and tore normal people to shreds was gone. As Haku kept on looking at Naruto as he put on his shirt. As his body was slowly cooling down. It seems like he was able to rise his temperature by using fire manipulation through his system. He's so powerful and in control all the time. As she couldn't keep her mind from wondering. He's just so hot. Several rather indecent images rushed through her mind with her and Naruto. As she couldn't believe that she was thinking this at the moment. As Zabuza glanced over as he saw Haku was staring at Naruto as he put on his shirt. He started to laugh. The two looking at him, but he still continued to laugh. What is it? Oh, it's nothing, he said. Don't mind me. As he gave Haku a look, but she didn't seem to notice. As Naruto walked, despite her lack of resolve. You've continued to impress me lately, kid. I have no idea how you did that jutsu earlier. However, at this rate, You might be able to earn my respect one day, said the Kyuubi. As Naruto looked toward his hand, like you said, with your power and mine, I'll be a god. The demon fox laughed in delight as they continued to move. A long distance away in the forest, two cloaked men sat against a tree. As they glanced up towards the heavens, Itachi-sama, explain to me how we just got our ass handed to us, said Kisame as his body was still regenerating from the wounds inflicted on him. The Uchiha simply glanced at Moon as he seemed lost in thought. As Kisame continued to rant, those two friends of his died over 2 years ago. I saw their graves when we arrived at that village. Sabuza was a close comrade of mine when I was tight with the 7-year swordsmen. I've heard about the Rinnegan power, but did he actually bring them back from the dead? I never imagined that it was capable of doing something like that. Itachi leaned back. This is a worst case scenario, far beyond anything I could even imagine. I know he probably has a clan seal as well. Who knows how powerful he has gotten. With techniques like those, we shouldn't fight him again unless we have Madara-sama. Kisame nodded in agreement. What was that jutsu he did? It just continued to suck everything in. That was said to be one of the sage's most powerful jutsus. However, on a much smaller scale. There is no way I'm going up against that again. The fact of the matter is he can do them. That means, if it wasn't for the safety of that village, he wouldn't have relented, and who knows how things would have turned out. How in the world did you not know he had a Rinnegan? Weren't you tracking him? Kisame asked. The Kyuubi Jinchuriki was named Naruto. Blonde hair, blue eyes. However, he must have recently developed it. Kisame frowned. Well, he must have gone through some serious changes, because this kid had the Rinnegan and, not to mention, orange hair. And the other two said that his name was Pein. We might as well call him that as well. Why the hell should we do that? For the sake of covering our tracks. Because in 2 days Konoha will be scouring this place. I don't think that Madara-sama would like to hear that. The Kyuubi Jinchuriki has the Rinnegan, and also the son of the 4th Hokage, and not to mention the descendants of one of the most powerful clans ever known. Kisame had a sad look on his face. I have this strange feeling that we're gonna go through disciplinary punishment for this. Itachi closed his eyes in distress at the thought of Madara making an example out of them in front of the rest of the Akatsuki. Well, let's get this over with. The sooner the better. Call him now, Itachi-sama. Itachi went through hand sign. After releasing said hand sign, there was a shadow that teleported in front of them. As Madara stood there, waiting for the report, Madara-sama, we couldn't apprehend the 9 tails. There was a certain complication involved, Itachi said, as the figure continued to stare at him. We set an attack for him in the Temple of Wave, but we could not subdue him by any means. He broke free from my monkey to Sharingan, and well, we had a large battle, which resulted in his friends showing up, and we had to get out. We were not trying to kill him, but we got overwhelmed. The man was completely silent, as he didn't say a single word, until he removed his mask, as he looked directly at Itachi, as he gave the two of them a curious gaze before he finally spoke. Broke free from your Sharingan? You care to elaborate on that, Itachi? Well, apparently he has the Rinnegan, Itachi said, not meeting my gaze. He outmaneuvered a lot of our techniques. After my Amaterasu failed to subdue him, he released a surge of chakra and performed the Shibukuna Tensei on us, and we were forced to flee. Madara's eyes shot open wide in shock. However, much to their surprise, he started to smile. It must have been beautiful. You two fools are very lucky to be alive. He must have decided to spare you if you were able to outrun that jutsu. Madara was grinning like he was the happiest man on the planet. I must meet him. Tell me, what is his name? His name is Pein, Itachi said. Madara laughed to himself. Pein, huh? I cannot wait to meet him. Kisame had a puzzled look on his face as Madara put his mask back on. You two leave the 9 tails for now. I have great plans for him. By the way, Zetsu also told me that this Pein used a demonic barrier to elude you to the first time. So I suppose your incompetence wasn't to blame for that. Your new orders are to report back to base, so we can have a meeting with the others. I'll have Zetsu keep an eye on Pein in the meantime, and report his movements back to me. Kisame decided to be direct. What kind of plans do you possibly have for someone like that, Madara-sama, he said. The Uchiha looked toward Kisame. The smirk on his face was just so bright and devilish. The nine-tailed seal within a Rinnegan wielder just makes me excited just by thinking about it. Eventually our path will cross and this Pein will kneel before me, and with his power subjugated to my wills, the stagnant Shinobu world shall fall, as I became the herald to their annihilation, and then assume the throne of darkness, he said. His words were cryptic. His words claimed like he wanted to take over the world or something, however. Kisame noticed something was just off, as Madara didn't disappear after his speech. You know, sometimes I have this feeling that he's kind of crazy, Kisame said. I wouldn't doubt it if Pein kills him, Itachi said. Kisame shot Itachi a surprised look at that. I wouldn't go and say things like that, given the rather disturbing way he decided to cause you pain, by merely glancing into your eyes. I think he has some weird fantasy about making you hurt, so I wouldn't mind what I say. Itachi laughed. Kisame was surprised. He was actually laughing. Yes, you're right. I would prefer if he kept his anger elsewhere. Besides, the way he's going on, it seems like he's already in love with Pein. Kisame burst out laughing. Itachi, you made a joke. Well, at any rate, let us get back to base. Hey, Itachi, you never told me the name of your informant within the village. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't. She's the best infiltrator I've ever seen. Kisame interest peaked. Who is it? Itachi came to a stop as he turned towards him. She's the Hokage's secretary, Shizune. I think that's her name. I am afraid I don't know her, Kisame said. Yes. I didn't even know myself, but she's one of Madara-sama agents. For a long time now. Although she was barely into her teens back then, she has key skills for information gathering. So the Hokage's secretary is the spy we have in the village. Well, shit, Kisame said as he continued to walk. Meanwhile in Konoha, Sasuke sat in the Ichiraka ramen stand, as he had some nostalgic flashbacks about his friend. This was his favorite place to eat. Sasuke didn't like ramen that much, however, he tagged along, because Naruto loved the thing. As Sasuke sighed to himself, I guess I always took his friendship for granted. His inner reflections were cut off by a young woman that spoke. You're Naruto's teammate, right? I haven't seen him around at all. Do you know where he is? Sasuke glanced up towards Ayam. He's not in Konoha anymore. The woman tilted her head confused. Wait, where is he? What do you mean he's not here anymore? She asked, confused. You know him, Sasuke said. As he knew that Naruto loved the ramen, however, he never spoke about these people. Of course, I care for him deeply. He always talked about you and soccer, telling me a lot about his missions. Did he ever mention my name, Ayam? Not specifically, but he said that the ramen shack was one of his favorite places. Not just because of the food. So I believe it's because of you and the others here, said Sasuke. Please, I need to know what happened to him. I have already asked some of the other shinobis, but they will not tell me a thing. You're the first one that tells me that he's not within the village. Sasuke gave her a look. Well, you heard about me trying to leave Konoha, I suppose. I guess I can start from there. Her full attention was on Sasuke. I left Konoha. I won't go into the reasons why, but all you need to know was that it was a personal matter. There were some others there, Naruto, and several of our age group came after me. Naruto was the only one left as we met up at the Valley of the End. We had a battle against one another. A rather terrible battle. And I guess I lost, because he dragged my ass back to the village. Aion looked at him. I heard rumors that he tried to kill you, but I know that Naruto-kun would never try to do something like that, especially to one that he sees as a friend. The council was just trying to use it to put him down even more. They have a real bad scheme against him, Sasuke said. When he was carrying me back, I heard things. When he thought I was unconscious. What did he say? Ayam asked. He said he hated the village, and almost everyone in it. He went on a rant about how they did not deserve his loyalty. And even his closest friends, meaning me, Tsunade-sama, Sakura, Kakashi, Jiraiya, Aruka, had veiled doubts about his potential. I don't believe that's true, however. At the moment his thought process was not exactly a good one. So he must have believed it. The worst thing he said though. Sasuke looked down. Was that he used to be beaten every day. But the third Hokage always managed to step in. But he still got hurt. Back then I always thought that he was just an idiotic fool. who always loved to laugh. I never knew that things were that bad. Eyes went wide. She knew that the people did not like Naruto, however. He received beatings? He's such a nice person, she said. She lowered her head to think all of those terrible things happened to him. And yet he was always smiling, always making you think that he was always alright, but on the inside, I guess he was not. I passed out sometime later. When I woke up, I heard that he was missing. They all claimed that he got kidnapped by my brother Itachi, but I think that he just left. Thank you for telling me this, she said. My father and I have been worrying about him ever since. I think my father needs to hear this as well. Thank you once again, she said. As Sasuke made his way, as he started to walk, someone appeared beside him. What's up, Sasuke? You look rather down. Well, I was just thinking, since I was given the duty to watch you today, we could continue your training. I mean that beat, wallowing in self-pity, right? Kakashi said. As Sasuke followed his sensei, unknown to him though, a certain purple-haired Kunoichi was listening to their whole conversation back there with him and Ayam. Uncle leaned against the wall. So that's why he left, huh? She said to herself. Thought as much. I wonder if I'll ever see him again, she thought to herself, as she made her way home, half drunk, as his image kept on popping into her mind. His life was really similar to hers, given what happened to her, and the mistreatment, the judgments, for something that he was not responsible for, as she felt really bad now. She should have stopped him and tried to talk to him, but that wouldn't have helped. That would have just made things worse, right? As she released a sigh, he left the village, because he knew they would never recognize him as, well, him. Maybe the same go for her as well. Now she was starting to second guess herself, as a curious image popped into her mind. What if she had left with him? That would be weird, right? To leave the village. However, as she walked, he did it. He had the courage to do so. Maybe she was just a coward, as she wondered if he was okay out there. Damn it. Maybe it was because she was drunk, as she was here thinking about the blonde. She really hoped that he was okay. Meanwhile, at a discreet location, 9 members stood around, as they were all facing the orange masked individual. As the leader started to speak, I declare myself the official leader of the Akatsuki. Over a year ago, any challenge to me for supremacy will result in the removal of your life. I called you all here for one sole purpose. That purpose is to tell you what our new objectives are. As most of you know, we've been tracking the Bijus and their containers. The only 2 that we know of are the 1 and the 9 tail containers. I want all of you to peer off once again and search for the others. Do not blow your cover. I want to identify the most powerful and protected ones, so we can capture them before the rest of the nations know of us being a thing. There is also a certain individual that you all have to watch out for. Everyone focus on him. A rogue ninja by the name as Pein. Huh? We're supposed to be scared of some rogue ninja? A man with his hair combed back and a sight on his shoulder asked. I doubt he could take on any of us by ourselves, let alone in pairs. This man was heat-on as he spoke. Well, this rogue ninja already defeated Kisame and Itachi, and he's also the Jinjulki of the 9 tails. Now that got surprised looks out of everyone that did not know, as they looked toward Kisame and Itachi. Yep, he's one bad little shit, said Kisame. As Itachi nodded, he has a Rinnegan. He defeated us with one of the Sage of 6 Path Jutsus. I call bullshit. Those eyes, are they even real? Hidan said. Yes, they're real. And we weren't trying to kill him, only to subdue him. And not to mention he has friends. But the big deal is they were dead 2 years ago. The normal, quiet Conan decided to speak up. How have they been dead for 2 years? Who are they? They were Zabuza the demon of the mist and his apprentice Haku. They died 2 years ago doing some stupid fight on the bridge with Copy Ninja Kakashi and his team. Kisame said rather irritatedly as she was giving him this look. It was like she did not trust him. You seem to know a lot about them. Were they your friends? As he gave her a glare, as she was trying to make a probing, an observation of him. Keep your observation to yourself, you bitch, he said. I just find it odd that they're serving this guy, concerned that you're supposed to be dead, as he didn't like how she was speaking to him. as Deidara decided to join in. Calm down, ladies, he said, you're both pretty, as he tried to make a joke. However, the death glares that he received, well, they were not nice at all. You're one to talk. Mr. Pretty Boy Loving Art, said Kakazu. Don't be a hater, Kakazu. It can't be helped if I'm beautiful in every single way, said Deidara with a smirk. Everyone gave him a rather blank stare. Yeah, sorry. I haven't blown anything up in a while. I guess I'm starting to lose it, he said. All of them rolled their eyes. They turned their gaze back towards Madara. I just thought you guys should know that failure is not tolerated. But since Itachi and Kisame face a Rinnegan wielder who happened to be the 90th Jinjulki, I'll let it slide this time. Do not make a move against Pein under any circumstances. Do you understand me? He said. They all nodded as Conan asked, what do you intend to do with this, Pein? Because the way I see it, letting some powerful Jinjulki run around, doing as he please seem foolhardy to me. Yes, that is true, Conan. However, eventually he will grow arrogant and seek us out. And then, I will personally handle him. A small smirk came on Itachi's face. Okay, I'm assigning you all specific jobs. Zetsu, I will have you on Urchmar detail. While he's out of the running, he's never fully gone. He's nuts, being loud right now, however. He's still a problem. Saucer Deidara, keep a close eye on the one-tailed beast. He's taking the mantle of Kazekage very soon. Try to be discreet. Hidon, Kakazu, you two go and search Earth Country. Kisame, Itachi, go and search Lightning Country. I will search in Water Country and several specific areas. Conan, you have two specific tasks. As she gave Madara a curious look, you are tasked with keeping an eye on the Hidden Rain and Taki as well. Those two villages have been unsettling lately, according to the rumors. I would like to know what exactly is going on there. You are all dismissed. We will meet back in a few years, when all of the 19 Jinjulkis have been identified. When we meet again, we will start to make our move. As everyone started to file off until Madara was behind Conan. That was their official assignment. But there's something else I want you to handle, that only you can, Conan. And what would that be, Madara-sama? She said. I need you to go undercover and find out more about Pein. You may have to track him down and watch areas that he's most likely to cover. Zetsu won't be able to keep and watch on him always, because I want him to watch out for the snake in case he make a wrong move. She gave Madara a disapproving look. Why do I have to do that? Because you were the one that was so concerned about him running free, unchecked. And I'm also sure that he would not turn a pretty girl help down. Asked Conan. Look rather upset about that. As she frowned, fine, she said. But I don't know if I'll have the time for it. Be perceptive, girl, said Madara. Just imagine how much stronger our cause will be if he joins us. Conan gasped in surprise. You want me to bring him to you? You would have him join our ranks. Do you really believe that he will surrender to our cause after having Kisame and Itachi track him down and try to capture him? You lack the foresight to understand my plan, Conan, he said. For now, you will do as you're told and keep an eye on that small western countries. In due time, your path will cross with his, and you will know what to do. As Madara vanished with another word, leaving her rather irritated as she growled in frustration. Be perceptive, she thought to herself. For God's sake, everything with him has to be a puzzle or riddle. You will know what to do when time comes. I think I'll know what to do. Shove a kunai up in your ass. That is what I'll do. She thought as she was raging in her mind, before she flew off into the distance. Time skip. 3 years went by rather quickly. There has been a lot of changes. For many of the regular people it was short and uneventful. However, for the shinobi populace, violence and criminal activities has been talking around. Lately, a lot. A group of individuals were gathered in the Hokage's office. They had been summoned by Tsunade and now they all stood behind the woman. She turned to speak to them. Good, you're all here now. I imagine that you heard the rumors going around lately. As she asked the group in front of her. There was a lot of them. Kakashi, Yamato, Anko, Neji, all the rookies. Minus one, of course. Some nodded and several others shook their heads. And many of the older Jonins have been sent to investigate these disturbances around several other countries, Nelly said. As of late, there are rumors that several of our borders are in chaos. The leader of the Hidden Rain, Hanzo of the Salamander, was murdered over 2 years ago, leaving a large opportunity for many small criminal times to make their move. Violence is prevalent, and that's not the only thing going on. I heard about that, Snansama, said Sakura. They say that the assassin was a cloak woman. She did not only murder Hanzo, she took down half of the ninjas as well. As Sakura said that, some of them didn't really like hearing the sound of her voice. Some of them kind of blame her for Naruto leaving. Despite what all of them might say, Naruto left an impression on them all. And him just disappearing like that, well, every time they saw Sakura, some of them remember the mistreatment and the way she handled the situation back then. Yes, she was young and stupid, but still, they didn't like it one bit. Well, damn, Uncle said. Pinky's got everything figured out. We should all just listen to her instead of the Hokage. As Sakura shot her a glare. I don't know what your problem is, you weirdo, but I was just trying to put in my input. Well, no one really cares about what you have to say, said Uncle. How dare you? I'm Tsunade-sama apprentice, I'll have you know. I could care less if you were her wiper, Uncle said. You are probably the worst excuse of a ninja this place has ever seen. Stupid Pink here. That's not stealthy. Not to mention a small choco pool. And to top it off, you're nothing but a howly banshee. That wouldn't be here if your teammates hadn't carried you. Most of the members look exhausted. It go to show that this was not the first time this was happening. Snaddy on the other hand, she just looked tired of this all. As her eyes started to twitch rather violently, Sakura got all emotional hearing that. Well, I'm not just gonna stand here and take this from a washed up pupil of Orochimaru. As Uncle got in her face, well, aren't you the little narcissistic bitch? Most of your friends doesn't even like you anymore. As Sakura looked around the room, some of them just, well, she couldn't really tell from their emotions. As she folded her arms, I know, my Sasuke can appreciate me. No, I don't. And I never did, Sasuke said. There was no hesitation in his tone. She turned towards Ino. Ino? As Ino turned away, Sasuke told us what you did, Sakura. That after everything you tried to get Naruto in trouble. He's been through a lot and yet you still tried to make his life hell. Hinata, as she turned towards Hinata, I agree with everything Sasuke said. Naruto-kun was a great person, and what you did to him was wrong. As Sakura started to whimper, as she started to fall under the pressure, how am I responsible for him leaving? The look that Sasuke gave her, well, it wasn't pretty at all. He left because you tried to get the damn count to the strip Ishinobu rank, after everything he's been through, not to mention being a bitch to him for all those years. What do you mean he left, she said. She looked towards Tsunade, who sighed and rubbed her forehead. We have reports that he was spotted at the border of Fire Country over 3 years ago. It meant that Naruto left on his own. What? Sakura said in shock. Sakura, go take a breather. I'll brief you individually later, said Tsunade. As the girl hung her head in shame and left the office, more like ran out of there. Tsunade took in a deep breath as she exhaled. Back to what I was saying. Hanzo was one of the most powerful shinobi of our lifetime, and it's troubling to hear about his death. Although the hidden ring is not the only issue that we have lately, there has been reports of a notorious S-rank criminal known as Pein, who has been terrorizing several surrounding countries. According to Anvu, he's been sighted in Water Country, Snow Country, Sound Country, and even in our own borders. Kakashi asked curiously, who is this Pein? I have never heard of him. No one know who he is. No one even know what he looks like, said Tsunade. They said that he just showed up out of nowhere and started to wreak havoc. 2 to 3 years ago, they trade glances with one another. Is that what you call us, your Hokage-sama? Asked Neji. Yes and no. I want to tell you guys about some of the things that Anvu have dug up about him just in case you encounter him on your mission. Shizune, bring the reports in. The woman strolled in calmly. Right here, Tsunade-sama, she said, as she opened the report. It says here the earliest sighting of him was in the land of Wave. I don't know if you remember Tazuna the bridge builder, but he was the one that reported Pein in the first place. What happened? Sasuke asked. Tazuna said that two Black Cloak men kidnapped the villagers of Wave for some unknown purposes. One of them was Kisame, a missing name from Kiri. The other one, your brother Itachi. We have over 50 eyewitnesses saying that they were held captive until a figure appeared and battled the two. As Sasuke was angry by hearing his brother's name, but he wanted to hear more. It turns out that your rescuer seemed to want the fight because he came back to the temple. However, once the battle was done, 3 figures emerge. Anvu interviewed many of the witnesses, and some of them were claimed to be delusional because what they saw was Pein. However, the other member with him, out of the 3, was said to be the demon of the mist, and that is where our first sighting of Pein was. Wait, the demon of the mist? Are you perhaps speaking about Zabuza? Said Kakashi confused. Tsunade nodded. Yes, and his hunter and companion as well. Sasuke was confused. Something must be wrong with those people, he said, because those 2 are dead. That's where things became tricky. According to the town people, their graves are empty. The members looked at each other shocked. How come this is the first we're hearing about this Shikamaru axe? It was a battle between 5, supposedly S-rank criminals. That's on a need-to-know basis unless you're Anvu, or myself. I guess that would be troublesome, he said. So what was the purpose of that story? Just to inform us of this guy? Ask Uncle. I just believe that you should know in case you encounter him on your mission. Now, for the point of you being here, your mission. If you recall what Sakura said earlier, there was a woman who destroyed the leadership of the Hidden Rain over 2 years ago. Our spies claim that she's named Conan. Beyond that, there is not much that we know about her, but many of the daimyos in the surrounding countries are offering a fortune to anyone that can kill her. The simple fact that she killed Hanzo of the Salamander, who's a Kage level criminal. We 3 Sanins did not even defeat Hanzo in our youth, so that might give you a capability of what she can do. Konoha economy is suffering lately due to the trade routes being attacked. Many won't even travel anymore. The fear of getting killed is too strong. The Hidden Rain bandits have a large control over the trading routes in the western country, and even dare to cut off our own lines so that we cannot get to the sand. Obviously, this Conan is far too dangerous for us and the surrounding countries, so you are tasked with assassinating her by any means necessary. I will prefer minimum casualties, but this is a vital mission. I already sent my Anvu platoon ahead. Meet up with them and assemble a coordinated defense. Shizune, I need you to go there as well, in case the need for a skill medical ninja arise. Everyone nodded as Shizune looked at her concerned. Shine-sama, maybe you should tell them about the last group of people who tried to kill Conan. Yes, Shizune has a point. The Hidden Stone sent a full company of Jonin to kill her over a year ago, and they were all wiped out. A large chorus of gasp escaped from the group as Choji asks, "You're sending us on a suicide mission?" Tsunade looked down in shame as she began. "Believe me, I don't have a choice. So long as this Conan's around, things will never be settled. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this Conan is more feared than Hanzo. How did they wipe out the entire company of Jonins?" Shikamaru asks. Apparently Conan practically blew up half of the village to kill them all. I contacted the Hidden Stone to see if they would be willing to help us attack the Hidden Rain again, but they refuse. Kiba started to laugh. "Oh, that's cool. We might as well end ourselves right now." As Ino asked concern, why would they refuse? Don't they want payback? As Yamato spoke. "Well, I imagine losing a huge chunk of your village Jonin would deter anyone from running back into battle. You won't be alone. Don't forget I have a platoon of my best Anvus there. For this mission, you'll be in charge, Kakashi. You can assign your own lieutenants. Just get the job done." You're all dismissed. As the group filed out one by one, finally only 3 remain: Shizune, Sasuke, and Kakashi. Tsunade-sama, said Kakashi, "Tell me more about what Anvu dug up in Wave Country." Haku and Zabuza were dangerous criminals. We saw them die as well. It's possible that it could be a genjutsu, but it seems highly unlikely, seeing that their grave were uncovered. That's insane, Sasuke said. They both died on that bridge and were buried. That can't be true. Read through it if you want, or see for yourself. The exact same thing keeps on popping up, that Pein has somehow reanimated them. Shizune tensed up when Tsunade mentioned Pein. As Tsunade noticed, "Something wrong, Shizune?" "No, of course not, Hokage-sama." However, her mind was thinking something else. "Stupid bitch. Conan already know that you're coming. And if you see Pein and his followers, well, you can just kiss your ass goodbye. Kakashi gave Shizune a weird stare, as Sasuke was deep in thought until Tsunade pulled down the book from the shelf. The Sage of Six Paths. I had some research done and it turns out that the Sage grandson was the one to write this book. A lot has been added to it over the years, but this book is severely old. I've also found out that the Sage had control over life and death, able to reanimate the dead. Kakashi, one eye shot open wide. You mean tell us that you believe that this Pein is Sage of Six Paths? That's impossible, right? It's just a wild theory, but no one has lived to see Pein and tell a tale. Except for one Kira Anfu. They refuse to tell us anything about it. I don't know much about the Sage, but apparently, he had a powerful dojutsu, the Rinnegan. It could be possible that Pein has it, or it might just be superstition. Either way, unless we take out Pein sometime soon, Conan would be least of our troubles. At any rate, be careful out there guys, she said, as Tsunade sat down and turned her back. As they left, Shizune grabbed said book off the table as she left with it. Tsunade sat there until someone arrived. Would you like me to go with them? She didn't even glance up as she already knew who it was. We need you here, Jiraiya. The village isn't safe. With all those shinobis patrolling the border and attacking, we cannot tell when they will make a formal attack. We're in a state of crisis right now, even though we're making things so calm. Jiraiya looked down. Conan. She's a former student of mine from the Hidden Rain. She was an orphan there. She's extremely powerful. She's only gotten more and more powerful, it seems. She was rather adept into bending her chakra into just about anything, but she would prefer to do it with paper. She's extremely dangerous. You're sending them to their deaths. Tsunade looked up. Former student? As Jiraiya sighed, she was a very kind girl at the time. She was 8 years old when I met her. It was after the last war. I remember finding her stealing food. She got caught by the stall owner and she was about to be beaten, but I intervened. After that, she constantly followed me around for the day, asking if I would teach her how to be strong. Eventually I decided to do so, just enough for her to fend for herself. However, I guess time slipped away so easily, as I spent at least 7 years with her during my traveling days. However, after what happened, I came back and went about my travels. What happened? Tsunade asked. What did she do? Because of her past, she took things to an extreme level, sometimes with her anger spiraling out of control. I tried to help her control it, however. Sometimes she got rather cruel, saying how life was unfair. She did not like the sight of people being happy, because life was never kind to her. She asked me what I thought about killing. I told her that some people deserve to die. It is not something I'm proud of, however. It is the truth. That's unfortunate, but it's something not uncommon, seen in orphans. Growing up in a rough life, they would sometimes want the people around them to experience the same pain that they did. Apparently, she took it to heart, because we were at the Earth Country. We had stopped at the inn to stay for the day. I left to get some inspiration for my book at the hot springs. Tsunade rolled her eyes at that. She decided to go and eat at one of the nice restaurants. Several hours later, I heard screaming coming from the middle of the town. I gathered myself and went there, and I came to see her standing over dozens of bodies, covered in blood. A horrified look came on Tsunade's face. Apparently a rich woman had flaunted herself over Conan, making fun of her for being a kunoichi in this restaurant, because of how nice it was. Several survivors say that she just snapped and started to slaughter everyone around her. By the time I arrived, she had killed over 30 plus people. I asked her why she did it. She told me that they deserved it, that they deserved to die. I didn't try to stop her as she ran away from town. Maybe she saw the disapproving gaze in my eyes, but she ran, and she didn't stop running away. I wandered around for about a year after that. She was 15 years old, and she had just killed 30 plus people. I should have stopped her from running away. I should have been able to talk to her in the first place, to change her mind about how the world is, and those people wouldn't have died. As he looked toward his hands, I guess your blood is on my hand. Jiraiya, it wasn't your fault. You couldn't have. It's my fault, he said. I'm responsible for every person that she has killed, which is a number I dread to hear. I should have made her understand. I failed her, just like I failed Minato, just like I failed Naruto. As he looked through the window, I'm sorry, he said. I have to... Jiraiya, wait! But he jumped through the window and went off. Sneather sighed. She knew that he was taking everything badly, but he kept on piling it up and up and up and up. And now it was finally breaking loose, and now he's just off. But he was not the only one that this was badly affecting. Time skip. As a brunette made her way through the streets of Konoha, the people didn't even notice her as she moved. Shizune was pretty good at blending into the crowd. She was a kind, normal, pretty woman who just, well, she did nothing bad, or she could do nothing wrong. The Hokage apprentice, however, if they would just know the things that she has done in the past. Also, being the Hokage apprentice made her one of Madara's most effective spies. As she walked through the forest, she went by several trees, as if she was expecting someone to show up. As if on cue, something emerged on the ground and started to walk by her. They're on their way, she said. It's a platoon. As she had a twisted smile on her face. Hokage envoys, around 30 or so strong, mixed with regular ninjas. I've also been sent as your medical ninja. I shall report this to Conan immediately. Do they expect anything? Asked Zetsu. No. The fools are rushing headlong into the trap, just as planned, Shizune said. However, they're curious about Pein and they're also sniffing around. They have sightings of him in the wave, sound, water, and snow country. Yes, he has also been tracking Orochimaru lately. That is why I've been able to keep a close eye on them. Orochimaru fled to the land of grass, but his servants are still in the hidden sound. I have made preparations for Pein to come across the Rain and Konoha ninjas, so you better get out of there when things get nasty. How did you manage to plan that, she asks. Well, I've used someone to lure him there. Who? Kabuto. Wait, Kabuto work for us? He's one of Tobi's agents, sent to watch Orochimaru since he defected from the Akatsuki. She nodded as she had a scroll to Zetsu. That's the list of Konoha patrols and scheduled battle plans. I also have a book that I think Tobi would like to see, as she pulled the book out. As Zetsu glanced over said book, the Sage of Six Paths, he said. I shall deliver this to Tobi. As Zetsu took the book and sunk in the ground, as Shizune turned back with a smile, heading back towards the village. Back with Tsunade and Sakura. Tsunade-sama, I can't work with them. They all think I'm responsible for Naruto leaving. Despite what they may think or feel about you, you are still a Kunoichi, and you still have to work with them on this mission. I would have thought after these 3 years of Naruto being gone, you'd have started to appreciate the tension and feeling he had for you. But I guess I was wrong. I know what I did was wrong, but at the time, I didn't think anything of it. It can't all be my fault, she said. You were one of the catalysts to his disappearance. And judging by the things Sasuke said, I'm sure all the others feel the same. If you want to earn their forgiveness, start acting like a proper Kunoichi. I'm sure that will change your view rather quickly. Yes, Hokage-sama, Sakura said. I'm truly sorry for what I did, she said. Tsunade took a breath. Maybe one day I'll believe that, when Naruto comes home and you apologize to him. But for now, go join the others. You're going to be one of the main medics on this team as well. And please, think about what I've said, said Tsunade. Sakura nodded as she left. Someone then walked into the room, before the door can even close. So I see you finally come to terms with the Fox Kid leaving. We may not see eye to eye at always, but I'm glad that you now understand. What do you want, Danzo? Said Tsunade. Nothing at all. I just thought I would check up on the status of your Jonins. They are en route to wipe out the leader of the Hidden Rain. I sent many of my personal envoys ahead of them as well. All we can do is hope and pray now. Danzo nodded. Rest assured that my root agents are working night and day to find Naruto. But I hope you can face the truth when they eventually find him. As he left. How the hell did Sensei put up with that bastard? Tsunade thought to herself. Time skip. The man, the myth, Pein, as he was known at these days, Naruto. He has grown immensely powerful over the past few years. And true to the word, he was hunting Orochimaru out of first. He was hunting him because he had killed the third. However, his agenda changed. Now he wants to kill Orochimaru to remove any competitions against anyone being in his path for what he planned to do with the world. After him and Hawkins was left with country, they had been wreaking havoc all over. All of them branded as S-rank criminals They got slowed down by several would-be heroes, several assassins, several ninjas, who tried to stop them. However, they made their name by crushing them under their boots. Pein was the now #1 criminal in the bingo books. No one knew what he looked like though, as he always stepped on the throat of his enemies. The rumors of his companions were shocking, especially to the land of, well, Kiri. During an attack from their survival strike team, there was one survivor who rushed back to report, saying that Zabuza and Haku were alive, as rumors about the battle at Land of Wave when Naruto first released. The Shibaku no Tensei, leaving people awestruck at his power, at the devastation he caused as they tried to find out his true identity. They were given several names. Zabuza, the former demon of the mist, Haku, the sanguine hunter, and Naruto were given several names across the board. One of them, the most that people went by, was Pein the Invincible. Many of the titles were bestowed upon him by the superstitious ninjas, and those people who never saw him before, as Naruto had changed in appearance as well. He was much taller, matching Zabuza's height and build. He wore something similar to a black Anfu outfit, and had a medium-sized blade on his back. Zabuza hadn't physically changed at all, but he wore an outfit similar to Naruto's, white and black. Haku on the other hand had grown into a fully developed woman. Her hair was slightly longer, but not all that much different. The real difference was the curves that developed, as she was in a green outfit. She was as beautiful as she was deadly, as they were on the tracks of Kabuto, Orochimaru's follower, to try and find where the snake Sanin was. Kabuto had retreated as they were now going after him. Things were just kicking off, as there were forces in the shadows making moves. However, the god was about to walk right into the path of those forces, and they would understand the power of Pein. And then again, there was also Conan, who has grown exponentially powerful over the past 3 years. Not that she wasn't powerful before, she was deadly, like literal deadly. And now, who knows, it seems that she would face a god. And the Konoha ninjas as well. Well, you guys will find out next time on Anime King. Because yeah guys, I'm coming to an end with this right now. End of this episode guys. I rather hope you enjoy, and stick around for the rest of them coming your way. And yeah, they will be out soon as possible. Just kick up your feet and relax. But I'm off for now, see you guys soon. Peace guys.